Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got this week's PickACard Weekly Tarot reading. Happy New Year to everyone. It's just around the corner now. Gosh, the time's going so fast, isn't it? It's just, Anyway, I've been writing articles about all of the retrograding planets. I have finished the 2025 horoscopes, and also the January 2025 horoscopes are all up on the AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com website if you'd like to have a look. But one thing I noticed as I was writing these articles about the retrograding planets is that there are actually 12 retrograde periods during 2025. That is a phenomenal amount. I don't remember seeing that before. And coupled with the fire and air energy that we're going to experience with the social and transpersonal planets, I'm just shaking my head because there's going to be all of this energy coming up to achieve and to do stuff, and yet we have in conflict, we're holding all of this energy from the retrograding planets within us, because when a planet goes retrograde, we tend to internalize the energy because it's harder to get it out there into the physical world. But yet within, we're going to have the fire and air energy pushing us to do stuff. So I think that's going to bring about a lot of internal conflict. And because it is a social and transpersonal planets, it's not just on a individual level we're going to be feeling that, but also on the collective level, so countries and corporations. So we're going to see more frustration and aggression than usual, if we can believe that. It's hard to believe. But it's really, the rhetoric is really going to get volatile in 2025. There's going to be lots of public articles. You watch, you'll see people turning on each other. And in the political parties, Australia's trying to copy America. I'm buggered if I know why. Sorry, that's an Aussie saying, but that's what we say. It just does not make sense to me why you would want to copy that type of behaviour, and Australian politicians are doing that. That's just dumb. And so we're going to see everything sort of ramping up into more volatility. I think the best thing is not to pay too much attention, or don't join in, or don't get sucked into all of the carry on online on these social media platforms. That's why I've actually gone off a bit. I can't even seem to force myself to post on Facebook even half the time now, because it's just like so much noise, and anything valuable just gets pushed down. They only want controversy, and they only want really provocative type statements to be made. And sometimes I can make provocative statements, but it's not a thing I want to focus on, because I'd rather focus on being hopeful, being kind, and peace for everybody, and equality. But unfortunately the algorithm doesn't like those things. So you can try good news as much as you like, it's not going to do any good. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to draw 5 cards now, so pick a card 1 to 5, and I'll have a little vision for each. Yeah, sorry if I seem a bit negative. It's just that I'm writing these articles and I'm just seeing like 12 retrograding planets. So there's going to be more instances where we have multiple retrogrades happening simultaneously with 12 in the whole year. Like, it's just shaking my head. Jupiter going retrograde twice, and Uranus going retrograde twice. We have Mercury has 3 times, but that's kind of normal. Mercury goes 3 or 4 every year, so that's normal. But it's not normal to see Jupiter or Uranus, especially, both of them in the 1 year going retrograde twice. Anyway, let's go to the board now, and we'll draw these 5 cards. I don't know why this gets crooked. I think Prince Harry comes in at night, yeah, and does his thing. Okay, so we're doing card number one. Card number one, what do I see for you? Okay, I've got your Book of Life here. I think coming up, and not just for this week, but maybe for the whole month of January or even longer, that there is a really strong focus on your Book of Life and the karmic and destiny aspects of that. Because I've got this book in front of me, and it's like a not a microscope, but like a magnifying glass looking at the writing in the book, and it's like really going deep to try and understand every detail of what what you're supposed to be doing to fulfill your role in life. Okay, let's see what card comes out. The Knight of Cups, it's about exploring your emotions. You could be socialising more, but in those social interactions, that's going to bring up emotions. And I don't know if you have this, if you experience this same thing as I do. Occasionally I'll get a feeling and I'll be struggling to put a name to it and say, well, what is this feeling called? So even at my age, I still haven't got names for all the feelings. So this card could be a bit like that, trying to understand your feelings and name them, which is really quite important. You see he's or she's on a lobster here, denoting deep feelings coming from the subconscious, especially one that size, it looks like it's come out of Mariana's Trench or someplace. But yeah, socialising, it can sometimes indicate an offer. Somebody's going to offer you something. Maybe a young person could offer you something that's useful, or maybe even friendship with a younger person as well. Traditionally, it was a knight was a male card, but of course these days women are equal. Women were always equal, actually, in my opinion. So it could be male or female, doesn't really, suggest one or the other. But yeah, a pleasant enough card, a lot of potential, and I must say that, exploring your feelings and exploring your feelings and going deep down into your feelings is a really useful thing in terms of your spiritual evolution, because the feelings are the fuel to get you going onto something, okay? And even if it's your own natural gifts, like your own natural intuition, your feelings are like stepping stones so that you can grow or expand your natural gifts. Okay, number two, what's this drill? Going down, down, down. Okay, same sort of thing. A drill going down into the earth. It's like looking for value or precious stones or something like that. And a drill going down into the earth is like going down into your body. So meditation, like a structured meditation, would be good if you pick card number two, especially the meditations that focus on the body parts and relaxing, like contracting the muscles and then relaxing the muscles of the different body parts. Because you might notice tightness in an area, for example, and then when you focus on that, you discover there's an energy blocked there. So it can be really useful. The card that comes up is the Death card. It's the end of something and the beginning of something else. So this is not a negative card at all, if in fact it's neutral, because it's like, whatever we do, we have to stop doing something, we have to cut it off, it has to pass so we can do something else. Like, it's very hard to do multiple things, even though we're women and we're used to multitasking, but to do multiple things equally as well, sometimes you just have to say goodbye to something. You might have to say goodbye to people in your life, like frenemies, for example. Frenemies are just a waste of time. If you've got someone you really don't like them, well, there's no point in being around them. So you have to say goodbye to people that, don't serve your highest good. And actually in doing that, you're actually helping them, because, then they need to learn what it is that, you know, that doesn't gel. And then a new chapter of life begins. This is a major arcana card, so it's fairly important. At the very least, we're all saying goodbye to 2024 now. I've been taking drops, 2024 homeopathic drops from Ian Gawler, Australian Bushflower Essences. And, you know, this is not a promo or an ad or anything, it's just what I do. And just to make sure that whatever the energies were for 2024, that I've integrated them so I can move on into 2025. I don't know if he's got any more of those drops left now. They were having a sale that might close, so I don't know. You'd have to look that up yourself. But I think it's important to get what you can out of the year. And even if you don't want to buy homeopathic things or whatever, just do a meditation and maybe write out a script, and in that script write about letting go of 2024, saying goodbye to the past because it's over tomorrow, I think is the last day. And so you can prepare and make space for 2025, okay? Number three, what do I see for you? Number three, a ladder. Okay, now it's been a bit of an emotional time for many of you. Number three is my number, and it has been a bit of an emotional time, and a few things have happened. I had a fall last week because I was upset about something and I was focused on that and not paying attention. And my dog had vomited and I was cleaning up the vomit and then I slipped. And oh my God. And so I had a bit of a nasty fall and, still getting over it. But basically it's about not allowing whatever it is down there. The vision I actually see is a ladder climbing up out of a tower full of dirty water, and whatever that dirty water is, those emotions that are really murky, to get out of that and get into a higher vibration of peace and happiness. So that's what you can do. Number three this week. The card that comes up is the Sun. How appropriate. It's about happiness, brightness, security, safety, and just being happy in your own space, not for any reason, just waking up happy and nothing's even happened. So you can focus on that. It's also like knowledge and stability, and you just don't have to get caught in all of the dross, basically, that lower sort of energy. So the fall taught me, it's like I gave my power away for a split second, and what happened. So it can happen when you go unconscious, it can happen like that in a split second. Okay, this is a major arcana. It's very important and life-changing. Number three. All right, let's go to number four now. What do I see for number four? Oh my God, this is getting more and more convoluted. It was birds, but some of the birds had ginger hair. So I don't know what that means. It was particularly like ibis or maybe a pelican in the background with ginger hair. Birds look at the big picture view, and they can fly down, and like seagulls, they always steal chips. If you go to the beach with fish and chips, which is an Aussie thing to do, the seagulls always come in and steal your chips. So they get on the table and you have to try and get them off the table so you can eat your food. So these ginger-haired, it might be something to do with your ancestry. Maybe you've got roots in Ireland or Celtic roots even, going way back. And so this might be something to do with your DNA and looking at the big picture view. But where possible or where you have to, you could actually fly back down and get the detail if you need the detail. All right, so the card that comes up is the Fool card. And this is very important for number four. It's saying, have a go, strike out, and take an educated guess. It doesn't mean be foolhardy, but it means take a risk and step out of your comfort zone occasionally. Your family, friends, lovers, partners, whatever, they might not like it. They might try to hold you back. But if you think in your heart you've got to try, go and try. The essence of the card is not about success or failure. It's about the journey and what you learn on the way. So even if you fail, whatever however you measure failure, that's not the point. The point is, what did you learn and what experiences did you have? So the red is taking action, keeping your feet on the ground. It's really important to be practical. A lot of plans fail because people are not practical about it. They've got a dream, which is great, but really the dream is only the first step. It's only a stepping stone. The rest, you've got to be practical and down to earth. The green for growth and development. Here we have this bit of land, so being practical, but then she's going to fly into the air in the realm of ideas, or she's going to go down into the realm of emotions. So, you've got to choose one or the other, but either way you can gain. There's a silver lining, even if it doesn't turn out how you hoped. Major Arcana again. This is turning out like Facebook this morning. There was 4 majors and the King of Pentacles. So out of 5 cards, that doesn't happen very often. Okay, so number 5 is alive, and what do I see for you? I see the Sagittarius arrow, which is more or less like saying go for it. And then I see a target and like a board which has got a target ring, so shoot your arrow into the air, shoot your ideas into the air and see if they can find their target. Okay. I suspect here that you'll come close, but not exactly where you want to get to, but you'll come pretty close. So you can be pretty happy with what you achieve this week if you pick card number 5. You might not achieve everything, but that's okay. At least you've had a go. Which card? Okay, which card? I'll go with that one. The High Priestess. Okay, same. This is amazing. 4 out of 5 major arcana, and the Knight of Cups here. But again, different arcana on Facebook today, but there was 4. So I've done that twice now. So it's saying it's a really, really significant time this week. And also, as we're coming up into 2025, it's time to set the template of intentions for the year. So start thinking about what you want to achieve. This card is saying to use your intuition, and even if there's some sort of formalised conservative religion associated, you might go to church for the new year, I don't know, but it's saying listen to your intuition and get in touch with your divine feminine this year, as much as you can, because that gives you the extra edge in life, having that intuitive ability that even now, okay, we can talk about it, like I do a lot of media and talk about it, it's acceptable, but it's still not embraced by everybody. I do Wednesday night radio on 3AW down in Melbourne with Dennis Walter, and we still occasionally get, grumpy old men ringing up, they don't believe. It's like, well, why are you ringing up? If you don't believe, don't waste your time, So there's still that kind of energy around, but it's becoming less and less. So it's really important that you get in touch with your divine feminine and your natural gifts, including intuition. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, as I mentioned, and the Knight of Cups, it's all happening. So it's a really critical point. I would say too, with so much energy around in the ether now and going into 2025, that it's really important to indulge in some self-care, to rest as much as you can, because there's so much going on in the other layers, the other realms, and we're in danger of burnout if we try to do too much. All right, so that's it for this week. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate that. Leave a like and a comment, that would be fabulous. And go and check out your horoscopes on Absolute Soul Secrets for 2025. Thanks again. I'll see you all again next week. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.